Oh, shit. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We are here live at Academic Lash and Beauty. I'm Whitney, and this is Natalie.
Hello. Hi.
So we are here today. We're going to talk a little bit about lash extensions, lifts, and tints, and how Natalie is both a business owner and a mama. So we're going to touch on all of those topics. But first of all, I wanted to talk about how Natalie and I met. So, that was we met like, I meet a lot of people. I was going to do your headshots.
Yes.
So,
and you did.
We did. That happened.
Yeah.
So, Natalie walked in my studio, but I really want to talk about kind of what happened before that. Because if you got a chance to look at the image earlier today, obviously she photographs like a goddess. Like, you know, we had no issues like having this woman look beautiful in front of the camera. But what she told me later was that she was super, super nervous. So we're going to dive into that a little bit. And Natalie, can you tell me a little bit about how you felt before your headshot session?
Yeah, that session was a stretch for me, not only financially. I hadn't really started my business yet. I was like at the beginning. And so to spend the money, I actually hired Ivy to do my makeup that day too. So I like spent the money to go for it because I wanted to be professional and have a good shot. So it was a stretch for me, and I was nervous about looking good. You know?
And I think I love that you went and you said, you know, this is going to be difficult both financially and just emotionally to show up and like, I mean, when was the last time you had your makeup professionally done?
My wedding.
Your wedding. Okay, so a little while ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I think that level of trust, especially you'd never met me before. You'd never met Ivy. You'd seen my work. Through Miss Christine Hilbert. Hey, are you out there? Hi, lady. So when you were looking online, you knew you needed headshots. Like, what were you looking for?
I didn't know I was really looking for it until I saw Christine's headshots, and I thought, oh, that would look, I want that photographer because I like her style and I could use that. That would help me.
Well, and when we were shooting together, I mean, the second Natalie walked in, I was like, this is going to be great. But I know that not everybody has that confidence. I would say that a solid 90% of my clients tell me, like verbally say to me that they don't photograph well, which I don't quite understand that. But I do in a sense that like so many times we are being photographed with our iPhones or by, you know, at events with a photographer that might not, you know, who knows what the skill level is or what they're paying attention to. And so I get that we all see bad images of ourselves probably a little too often just because we are photographed so frequently now. So tell me about your headshot experience, like while we were there together. Like was there something that you liked about it or...
Well, it was really relaxed. So it was just you and I in the studio after Ivy had done my makeup. And so I didn't feel any pressure like other people were looking.
Nobody else is watching.
So for Winston, but he was chill.
Winston.
And so I just felt like if these were bad, the whole world wasn't going to see it. And I would have a filter before that would even be the case. And sometimes people will take a picture of you out in public and then put it out there because they look great.
Yes.
And then they tag you and you're like,
you know, and like when you're out at dinner and they're like, we're taking a picture. And I'm like, wait, I was on the end of that iPhone photo. And like,
and
nothing's okay with
chin
this.
and
yeah. I have lived that life. And it's kind of, I mean, as a photographer out in public that occasionally gets photographed, like the amount of anxiety that I have when somebody turns a camera on me, I'm like, are you doing it right? Like, and I don't want to be that person, but I feel that. So, and I try to like stay calm, but it doesn't always work.
Well, sometimes those pictures are just bad. It's bad lighting. That's bad.
It
lots
happens.
Of things.
So I've had some mortifying experiences as well.
We all have.
So you came in, we looked through your photos, you chose your favorite ones. Was there some like, we've talked a lot about, because we're both in the business of helping people feel beautiful.
Right.
So, when you came in to see your photos, what was your initial reaction to seeing yourself?
I think I got a little teary because I was like, wow, I look good. Like,
and
you
like
made
you
me
look
look great.
So, you know, I'm telling her the whole time, I'm like, my dear goodness, girl, you are stunning. And she's like, oh, I'm a mom. And like, I don't know if that's true. And
sure.
You know, the things we tell ourselves, like, I have this, or I'm, you know, whatever our thing is.
Yes.
And then to see that I was right, like, she is beautiful.
You are a good photo.
Yeah, it
looks good.
So after that whole interaction, I was like, I need to know more about this lash business because I'm a low maintenance makeup lady. So it was that was a stretch for me to come here and visit you.
I remember
very much. Okay, do you remember my reactions to it?
Yeah.
Because Natalie's like, I am a lash extension artist. I really, I believe that this is gonna, help you feel like you have a lot more freedom in your day. You're not gonna need to worry about your makeup. And I was like, I don't worry about it anyway. But, and I came in it with a lot of apprehension, but I was like, if this is really gonna, change something for me, I don't want to say no to it.
Yeah.
So we came and I laid on the table and got my lash extensions done. And I walked out and I was like, well, I guess I'm doing this always because I felt like such a rock star. And now I pretty much, I have my lashes and I wear my lipstick. And I don't do anything else. That's it.
You look good.
Yeah, right?
You look great. Yeah.
So tell me about, when was the first time you got your lashes done?
That was about 5 years ago because I had just had my daughter and I was miserable. I had my whole world rocked. Like my body was in really bad shape. I had this baby who needed me all the time. I was living in California. We lived in Huntington Beach then, and I was in a low place. I had legit depression after that, and so it was a tough time.
Yeah. And then you went and got your lashes done. And what did that do for you?
It gave me instant confidence. I just felt like I looked really pretty. And I'd look in the mirror and I didn't look like this ragtag mom who couldn't hold it all together.
Yeah. And just that polish, that's what I really appreciate about them, is that I look awake even though I'm not always. And I look like I have put some effort into my look when very frequently that's not true.
You have other priorities.
I have other priorities,
right?
as so many of us do. So you moved to Iowa fairly recently, 2 years ago now.
Yeah, so I'm from Iowa, but then we had lived there, come back, so I've been here probably about 4 years. Yeah.
So what was the moment where you're like, I'm going to start my own business and it's going to be lashes? Because those two decisions are different.
Right. Well, I've been a business owner in other ways. We had a fitness business actually in Huntington. So I've had an entrepreneurial mindset.
Yes.
I have these little earrings I made like in 5th grade that was like Kohl's ink. I'm not even kidding you. It was Kohl's ink with the K.
Yes.
It was awesome. And but then I knew that there was a market because I tried to get extensions here, and it was like a 3-month wait.
And you're like, that's not going to work for me.
I'm like, so there's a market for this. Like somewhat, like there's not enough people to do the service. And so then I thought, well, I need to go to aesthetic school. I'm a mom. I thought of lots of excuses and I thought about it a little more. Went to beauty school. Dropped out 3 times. I'm not even kidding you. I'm a legit beauty school
dropout. Let's sing the song.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a challenge. I have my master's degree, but it took me 3 or 4 times to try to make it through aesthetic school.
And I think that's so, because you have your master's degree. It's not like you don't do school. And but then you went to a different school and you were in and out. Like you didn't have any problem finishing.
Yeah, I was able to finish it up, but it really wasn't even the school issue. It was just my excuses and the challenges of getting past daycare and childcare and money, and I just use all those things as excuses.
And in really deciding on investing that time in yourself. And I have such a luxury that I started my business with no financial dependence. And nobody really relying on if I made money or didn't make money.
Sure.
So there's some risks that come with that, because if I'm not making money, then there's no one else to pay my rent. But there's no one to, there really was no one to disappoint but me. And there was no one to let down but me. And I cannot imagine the pressure of going through all of that, knowing that if you have even the inkling that maybe it's not going to work out, and how you get through that and continue working on that. I think that's huge.
It was a challenge.
Yeah.
It challenged my marriage. It challenged a lot of things at that time, because finances, marriage, like everything was just challenging.
So in a very short time, Natalie has grown from a 100 square foot space to a 2,500 square foot space. So she's had a significant amount of growth in the past year.
Sure.
A lot of the questions, because I am like I just run around telling everybody about my eyelashes and how amazing they make my life. It's pretty great. It's my, I don't do a lot of repetitive like I'm not a manicure pedicure person, but I come here every 3 weeks. I see my chiropractor and I get massages like it's my job. Those are my things and they make me happy.
That's the main thing.
But the big questions that I get with my lashes are about my natural lash health. Now I have really dark, pretty nice lashes as they are.
Yes.
That was my big question. Like, if I decide I don't want to do this, am I going to have eyelashes after this?
Yes.
Can you address that question for us?
Yeah, well, and it's a legit concern because there is work out there that ruins people's eyelashes.
Yeah.
The work that I do and the work we do here at Academic doesn't, because we take a lot of pride in what we do and we've got the proper training. I'm constantly learning. It's very important to me that the integrity of what I do, what we do, is held up. But people tell me all the time, and people come in here after getting poor work, so it can happen.
Yes.
But when you get good work, it feels weightless.
Yes. I don't notice I have them. It's not actually even something that I consider in my daily life. The first week I got them, I was very like, oh, like I can't, nobody touch my face. And then I just gave up caring. I sleep face down in my pillow. And I know.
Yeah,
but they're still all there. Yeah, that's bad. Don't do that. But I do it.
Yeah.
And like I have such great retention. Sometimes I'm like, how are they all still here?
Yeah. Well, yeah, good work does help with proper retention. And then choosing the right length. I mean, that's all something that a good lash artist does for you. And that's based on your natural lashes, because what your natural length and health of your lashes is different than another client.
Exactly.
And so some clients can wear super long. Like, I would say you have a really nice full set. Not every client leaves here with that kind of look. Some people have a very natural look because their natural lashes can't hold it and it wouldn't be healthy. But that's what they want to.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, there's lots of variation out there.
I love that. And what I think about a lot is you can't do your job unless I have natural lashes.
Right.
So it's and that was a conversation we had. She's like, I can't put lashes on somebody that doesn't have them. So I'm not taking away your lashes. Also the cycle that our lashes grow in a cycle. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, it's similar to the hair on our head. So the lashes shed naturally, just like the hair on our head does. We notice it in the shower. You know, you get your hair shedding.
Yes.
There's so much of it though, so you don't notice as much. With our lashes, they're doing the same thing. So most of us have about a 60-day cycle for 60 to 90 days for our lashes. So every day we're losing some. Could be 2 a day. It could be 5 a day. The average is about 2 a day. 2 little light lashes.
Two little babies.
Yeah,
flying
naturally shedding because they get to their length, they get to that final phase, and then they shed. And then a new one is underneath, growing, shedding. So it's that constant cycle. So that's why extensions, you have to refill them because the new growth is coming in as the old growth and the extension sheds. Yeah, so those lashes are staying healthy if you're using those proper techniques. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Something else, and I also love coming here because Natalie and I get an hour of time just to catch up. It's our every 3 weeks. It's our touch point of how is your business doing, and a lot of our conversations. I mean, I walked in here today and I was talking about a situation I'd had recently at the studio, and she was like, now let's dive deeper into that and let's talk about maybe some limiting beliefs you might have around that. And I was like, oh, thanks. And just the confidence that you gave back to me in that moment. And we've talked, I mean, in the past year, both of our businesses have grown and changed so exponentially. Yeah. And just to have somebody that's doing that alongside me and we're doing that together, it's nice to have that support. I would love to talk a little bit more about being a mama and owning a business. So one of the things that you had to get passed through, over challenged with, was daycare. Yeah. Or just because you had your kids home with you, right? And she has 3 beautiful babies. And I know you've seen them on Facebook. I posted them recently, and actually tomorrow we're going to follow up with a blog post from Natalie, and I'll write a little bit too, but it's really going to be diving deep into this topic of what it's like to be a mama and a business owner. But we're going to touch a little bit on that today.
Yeah, love it.
So tell me the daycare part, how did that go?
It's hard to go from being at home to daycare, but when you find that right place, even though it doesn't ever feel perfect, I don't think, because it's human. Like humans are involved,
and you're not there constantly,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just life, and kids are challenging, and I can only imagine the daycare workers, like the challenges they have. But we have a great daycare. I love the people that are helping with our kids, and but at first it's really hard.
Well, and I think you mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said the kids love going to daycare, and it's providing them some structure that they didn't necessarily. Like, not that they didn't have it with you, but like they, every day you drop off at this time, and they have all these social experiences. And I know my mom worked most of my upbringing, but she was home with me for the first 5 years. And I remember her, Mom's not going to like this, but I remember her like crying sometimes when she dropped me off at daycare, or like when she had to go to Luxembourg when I had a conference, or so if there was something that was going on in my life and she was working, I remember like her feeling really, it hurt her, but I don't know, I was always like, Mom, you're doing your thing, you're succeeding, I mean, at the point that I had the thought capacity to do that.
That's pretty good.
But I had a mom that modeled that if you work hard, it pays off. And I thought that's one of the biggest things that I've had in my life, is that I know that if I work really hard, I can achieve more. So that's I guess important. I don't know if that's helpful to you when you're, because you have a beautiful baby daughter, Violet, and she is spunky. We like her.
Yeah,
we like her a lot.
Spirited.
She is spirited. Yeah. But what is Violet? And she's the most verbal.
Yeah.
She's the oldest. What does Violet think about Mom working?
Oh, she, I think, has pride about it, because she says Mommy does lashes and Mommy helps women feel good. And I try to use the right language when I'm talking about going to work. It's not like Mommy has to go to work. It's I get to go and help women feel good, and that's important. Yes. And I think that gives her a lot of pride to know that. It's also my choice, and I try to, it's not a nothing is a have to, it's a get to, and then I get to come home and see you after you had a great day, and we all have a great day, and then we come together, so it works for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we are here today at Academic Lash and Beauty, and thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you, Natalie, for doing this.
Yay!
Oh, absolutely.
Always good to see you.
And tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but we will be posting a blog later in the day, so if you want to follow up on this conversation, you can tune in and have a little something to read after your Thanksgiving dinner. Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.